HiFi Rush is a game that came out at the beginning of this year, and I've been wanting to play it for a while now. I finally had a chance to play it on Game Pass, and today I'm here to share my experience with you and talk about what I liked about the game and what I disliked about the game to see if you should play it. HiFi Rush is a game that mixes hack and slash gameplay with the rhythm of its soundtrack to create a unique action-adventure experience. The game's story has you follow Chai, who is a slacker that desires to be a rock star. While volunteering for a project called Armstrong, Chai receives a robotic arm, but unintentionally also has his music player mixed into the procedure, which fuses them together, allowing Chai to see and feel the rhythm of the world around him. Once the procedure is completed, you are labeled as a defect who is now on the run from a corporation called Vandalay Technologies. While on the run, Chai will meet unique characters on his adventure who will join him to fight against the suspicious corporation. I liked following HiFi Rush's story as it's very simple and does what it sets out to accomplish, but what really makes the game's story enjoyable was its unique and comical characters. I really liked playing as Chai because he has a goofy and charismatic personality that had me chuckling for most of the game. This is also complemented by the people that Chai meets along the way. The first person that Chai meets is Peppermint, who is a hacker and mechanic that saves him by using her robotic cat 808. Peppermint acts as a tough, hot-headed person, but once you get to know her, she's a really nice and genuine person. Shortly after, Chai meets Macron, who formerly worked for Vandalay because he didn't like the direction the company was going in and didn't believe in their vision. I also like that Macron is shown as a strong and intimidating figure, but he's really just a kind dude who is a pacifist that doesn't like to fight, and he's also accompanied by his comedic robot companion Cinnamon. With this ragtag team, you will take on Vandalay Technologies, battling through waves of robots while venturing into different departments of the company. As you explore different parts of this corporation, you will have various obstacles to get through. One of them being the world itself, as it will have platforms and parts that move to the beat of the music, where you'll have to time your jumps correctly to the beat. Chai is also magnetic, so he can attach himself to certain platforms and can also attach himself to rails that he can ride on. While exploring some levels, platforming can switch from a third-person perspective to a 2D one. This was awesome because it felt like I was playing a classic Mario game. HiFi Rush also has a wide variety of robot enemies to encounter that requires you to attack with Chai's guitar made of scrap parts. Here, you will have the option to combo a light attack and a heavy attack. While attacking enemies, if your attacks are timed accurately to the beat, you will be able to be rewarded bonus damage. This was so much fun to achieve because the game has a catchy soundtrack that mixes combat and music perfectly as a way to immerse yourself into its combat. I also like how the game doesn't penalize you for not attacking on beat. I really enjoyed trying to time my attacks perfectly so that I could see my grade at the end of each fight. Chai also has other abilities like parrying and dodging that feel very satisfying to use, especially when you hit a parry because enemies' attacks are also synced to the beat of the music. Another thing I liked was how you could use multiple combos towards your enemies that would fill up your reverb gauge. Once you filled up this gauge, you can unleash a special attack. All of Chai's abilities can be upgraded too by visiting the hideout after each mission. Here, you can talk to Peppermint and later Macron to unlock new combos and new special attacks for Chai to use. The way you unlock these new abilities is by picking up gears or smashing crates throughout the world. This feature reminded me so much of Ratchet and Clank, as I am a fan of the way you must smash crates in that game to collect bolts and upgrade your weapons. The game also has secret rooms hidden in its levels where you can come across large quantity of gears and items like a health gauge piece, a reverb gauge piece, and chips. All of these items can be used to upgrade Chai. I really like how the game offers a variety of different skills and abilities for you to choose from. I was always trying to unlock new skills and new special abilities to use against my foes. I also like how you can use these new abilities on a variety of fun and challenging enemies. In this game, you will face a wide variety of robotic enemies that range from melee, ranged, and flying enemies. These were the most basic enemies that you can encounter, but you will also have to face more advanced enemies that have shields and different fighting styles that allows for more challenging combat. I really like how stronger enemies required you to use Peppermint's Cat 808, who has the ability to teleport people to Chai's location temporarily. With the help of Peppermint by your side, you can shoot down enemy shields and shoot down obstacles throughout the world so you can advance to the next platform. You will also have help from Macron, as he has arm implants that grants him brute strength to break down shields known as Z-shielding. Macron will also be able to assist Chai by destroying barriers or doors with Z-shielding. Using these abilities was a really good time, as it mixes up combat from just being combos and introduces new ways to defeat challenging enemies you will constantly encounter along the way. I also like how some enemies in this game became enraged, which requires you to go through sequences of attacks you must parry. After you successfully parry these attacks, you can unleash a finishing attack I thought was really cool. The boss fights in HiFi Rush were also a great time because every boss requires you to utilize a new ability you've learned while playing the level. Bosses also have attacks that you must avoid and will have multiple phases to go through. During my playthrough, I was hoping for a challenge mode to be introduced because of how much fun I was having with the combat, and I wanted to see how high of a grade I could receive. Luckily, HiFi Rush does have a challenge mode that is introduced to you once you've beaten the game. I love this because it gives me a chance to go back and play the game and unlock more skills that I have missed out during my playthrough. Overall, HiFi Rush is an excellent game, but it also comes with some minor flaws. The first issue I had was in some missions, I couldn't use 808's ability to get help from Peppermint or Macaron. Every time I tried to call in one of them, they would appear for a second and then leave. This happened to me a few times where I needed Peppermint's guns to cross a gap, but I couldn't call her in. Fortunately, I was able to fix this by switching to my keyboard and then swapping back to my controller. Another issue I had was I found movement in this game to be very slow, and it sometimes felt like a drag when I needed to walk to another area. I really wish that there was an increased movement or sprinting in the game so that I didn't feel like I was moving so slow. Other than these issues, I really enjoyed the different experience HiFi Rush provided, and I highly recommend it to anybody that's a fan of action-adventure platforming games. It was a blast to jam out to the great soundtrack while defeating waves of enemies, and I hope to see a sequel in the future because I think this is one of Xbox's best games on their platform. Anyways guys, that's it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and let me know, are you guys going to go check out HiFi Rush now on Game Pass or buy it on sale? And let me know if you have played it, what was your favorite part about the game? Let me know down in the comments below and subscribe for more gaming commentaries like this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.